Hey guys, welcome to week 10 of our study of God's attributes. This is the last week, and we're going to be talking about how God is perfect. Now, perfection means that God is completely unflawed in His being, in His character, in His actions. And I'm really excited that we're going to be ending on this attribute because I feel like it brings everything full circle. We've talked about how God is a lot of things up to this point, but within everything that God is, He is perfect. And there's some ways that we can kind of know that. So Romans 1:20 says, since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made. We can see God's perfection in creation, from the perfect placement of the earth in the solar system to our perfectly crafted bodies. Everything points to a perfect creator who has no other mode than perfection. The Bible is another item that God has left for us that points to His perfection. It clearly states that God is perfect, and it's also reliable. So there have been times, I know for me, where I have thought I found an error. But when I really sit and study the mistake, I realize it was never really a mistake at all. And so just like creation points to a perfect creator, the Bible does the same thing. So the question is, okay, God's perfect, that's great, but what does that mean for us? Matthew 5:48 says that we are to be perfect as our Father in heaven is perfect. There's only one way we can do that. We've talked about this almost every week up to this point. The only way for us to be perfect is to accept Jesus' perfect sacrifice in our place, on our behalf. There's nothing we can do. We can't decide to make better choices and to stop making bad ones. No amount of good things that we do will earn us the state of perfection in God's eyes. Only accepting Jesus' sacrifice on our behalf. However, there is a response that we have when we realize all that Jesus has done for us, and that's gratitude. And that leads to different decisions for the rest of our lives. Romans 12:2 tells us this: do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you'll be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will. See, we have an imperfect will, but God has a perfect will. And the way for us to align ourselves with His will is by allowing our minds to be transformed by His word. Again, there's nothing we can do to earn perfection in God's eyes, only by accepting Jesus' perfect sacrifice on our behalf. However, out of gratitude, we allow our minds to be transformed. We align our will with God's perfect will, so that we can show Him how thankful we are, how grateful we are, and so that we can represent God properly to the world that desperately needs Him. So let's recap. God is perfect. We are supposed to be perfect just like He is. The way we do that is by accepting Jesus' perfect sacrifice on our behalf, and then allowing our minds to be transformed by the study of God's Word so that our will aligns with His perfect will. I hope you guys have enjoyed this study as much as I have. If it's prompted in you a desire to study the Bible in more depth, then here's my challenge for you. Come back next week. I'm going to be interviewing a woman who will be sharing with us an amazing Bible study that you can be a part of, and you're not going to want to miss it. I hope you guys have a great week. I will see you again next Wednesday.